So much talk of economics. Let's face it, Europe's biggest economy, I can't keep reinforcing that enough, and the world's largest democracy. It's always important to talk about economics. When you talk about India and Germany, India and Europe, all the focus is on that all-important EU FTA, or the European Union Free Trade Agreement, which is likely to be signed by the end of this year. And to talk about it more, we have somebody straight from the European Union joining us right now. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the European Commissioner for Trade, Mr. Maroš Šefčovič.
Trade is more than numbers on a chart. It is jobs created, supply chains rebuilt, opportunities unlocked. As the world navigates new economic headwinds, India and the European Union are shaping a pact that could set the tone for global commerce. This partnership aims to cut barriers, open markets, drive green and digital transitions, and build a trade corridor of resilience and growth. Sharing this vision is a European leader steering trade policy across 27 nations and working to seal the India-EU FTA by 2025. Please welcome European Commissioner for Trade.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is a pleasure to be a part of the News9 Global Summit, celebrating the partnership between India and Germany, as well as the European Union as a whole. This is an important event which provides a high-level platform for exchange and cooperation as we seek to boost our overall EU-India relationship. My thanks to the organizers for enabling these discussions and for inviting me to speak to you today, even if commitments elsewhere prevent me joining you in person. We are seeing growing uncertainty and unpredictability across the globe. At a time like this, it is vital that we work with like-minded partners to safeguard our prosperity and boost our resilience, which is why Europe has set out a new agenda to deepen and broaden bilateral relations with India, a key strategic partner and a true engine of the global economy. Trade is vital to this effort and a cornerstone of our economic relationship. Over the past decade, trade between our economies has soared by 90%. In 2024, we traded goods worth some 120 billion euro, making the EU India's largest trading partner ahead of the US and China. Some 2 million people are employed directly by more than 6,000 European companies active in India, which support a further 6 million jobs indirectly. An EU investment in India has almost doubled in just 5 years to 140 billion euros. Yet, we can go further, and I have been in intensive discussions with my Indian counterpart, Minister Piyush Goyal, on a groundbreaking free trade agreement. We are now maximizing our efforts to finalize negotiations by the end of the year. The goal put forward by the European Commission President von der Leyen and Prime Minister Modi. We are focusing on working together in the areas where cooperation makes sense, with the goal of putting in place a package that is economically meaningful, mutually beneficial, and brings real added value to businesses and consumers on both sides. By tackling both tariff and non-tariff barriers, we can open up new possibilities for trade and investment, while strengthening our supply chains and safeguarding open, rules-based global commerce. I have had the pleasure of traveling to India several times this year, while Minister Goyal has also visited Brussels. We have had 13 rounds of negotiations, and I want to assure you that we will do everything we can to reach finishing line by end of 2025. The Minister and I remain in frequent contacts because we know how much there is to gain for both the EU and India if we do. Thank you.